What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Breezy,
It's your girl Shay,
and we're back at your head with another video today. So we have another podcast. This is our second podcast that we're doing. I hope y'all really enjoyed our first one. We enjoyed doing it. So we'll give you another podcast. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, y'all, so first things first, we're going to start with the bad news first and move along to the other news. So we got to talk about Kodak Black. So Kodak, as you guys already are aware, Kodak is in prison right now. He's serving, I believe, 46 months for allegedly forging,
falsifying documents related to firearms.
Yeah, so he was trying to buy a firearm and he falsified documents. I'm not too sure. I don't know all the details on that particular case. I would only guess that he probably falsified the documents for the firearm, probably because he had past felonies, or that could be the reason. Because everyone knows, in certain states, if you have felonies, you're not allowed to buy firearms. We're from Texas, and I think that's the case in Texas. You're not allowed to legally buy a firearm if you have a record. So Kodak is actually suing the federal prison system. He's alleging that they're torturing him and abusing him. From what he says, he allegedly the prison guards had issued a gang beatdown on him in retaliation for a prison guard who had been injured, and they also apparently allegedly they put him in a little restraint, I guess, like one of those restraint jackets or whatnot, with the back of his jacket cut out, and basically they restrained him for several hours at a time, didn't allow him to use the bathroom, and they kept him restrained so long that he actually ended up going to the bathroom on himself. Urinating, defecating on himself. So that's basically what's going on with that case. And my thoughts on that whole situation is, I find that completely egregious. Like, this is the reason why black folks don't trust the justice system as it is, because it's not meant to rehabilitate people. It's really, to me, it is a modern day form of slavery. The way black men are treated in this country, the prison industrial system is just a loophole for slavery, and it's basically they
He ended up getting transferred from Kentucky to Illinois.
Yeah.
Where he now feels he's getting treated much better.
Yeah, the guards in Illinois are treating him a lot better than the ones in Kentucky. But that just goes to show you that this justice system is just designed to, funnel in black men, get them locked up on felonious charges, which, I understand that he attempted to legally purchase a firearm. I get it. Now, aside from him trying to exercise his right to bear arms, his Second Amendment right, which I don't have a problem with, of course he went about it in an incorrect way. But do I think that warrants 46 months in prison? Probably not. That definitely doesn't warrant what they did to him. And the system is really just designed to
really just belittle black men. But Kodak Black, he expressed that he wants to get out of prison. Mm-hmm. He wrote to the current President Trump.
Yeah.
And his lawyers, they're doing whatever they can to try to get him safe and secure, because he did file a history, I mean, it is what it is on that. I mean, no, nobody should be abused, and it's not fair. But at the same time, too, whatever crime you commit, you gotta do the time too.
Right. I mean, I agree with that. You gotta do the time for whatever you did. However, the way this justice system is set up, it's not really set up to rehabilitate people, to bring justice to people. It's not set up for that. It's this. They call it the prison industrial complex for a reason. People profit off of privatized prison. It's basically modern day slavery. Okay, so the point is to influx, a large portion of black men into prison, get them give them extended sentences with felonious charges that you shouldn't like. For example, if you're put in jail for an ounce of weed and they give you like 10 years, that's over the top. But they need you there in order to funnel this prison industrial complex. These major corporations, they profit off of dirt cheap prison labor, which is basically slavery. And some of these prison guards, they need to be mentally examined before they become prison guards, because it seems to me that they're just living out their overseer plantation fantasy, being prison guards. So it's basically the plantation went from the plantation to the prison, basically. The same thing's going on as it did back in the 1800s. And it's real fucked up. So, and I really hope that the guards who did this, if they did it, because they allegedly, Kodak Black claimed that they did it. Now, if this really happened, I really hope that those prison guards get put in jail for that. They, what I'm saying? How would they feel if they were restrained for 24 hours at a time, not allowed to go to the bathroom? How would they feel if prison guards allowed them to get their ass beat? How would they feel they was being tortured in prison? You know what I mean? I'm not saying this right. I'm just saying they need to answer for that, because that's pretty fucked up.
But besides Kodak Black trying to write to the president, his lawyer's assistant, to try to get him an early release, it's a possibility like he still have to be waiting for his eligibility for parole, which won't be till 2022.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they do get the evidence and proper documentation, it's possible he could get released earlier than his due time. But they did try to give him some credit and go off his claims, and did at least try to transfer him to another different prison.
Yeah. So at least he's in an environment that he feels safer in. Now, regardless, because I'm not the biggest fan of Kodak Black. I do think he's done some dumb crap in his career, but no one deserves to go through that. And as a black man, as a fellow black man who knows how fucked up the system could be, and knows that it would take just certain kind of circumstances for me to be in his shoes. Yeah, I can't. I gotta speak out about this, because this is wrong on so many levels. And he, like they just said, he's writing to President Trump. For those of y'all who don't know, President Trump has been pardoning people, releasing people from prison. Now, not to get too political, I don't know what side y'all voting on, y'all Republicans, Democrats. Regardless, I'm not trying to get too political on the channel, but what I will say is, whoever does get elected in, I really hope they do something about prison reform, because
everyone's kind of having their own opinions as far as is Biden, is he gonna do what he say he's gonna do, as far as with the prison and stuff? Because everybody's having their own opinions about each candidate about what they're doing to help as far as in the prisons and all other parts of the government and whatnot. So
Right. And Kodak's lawyers actually brought that to attention. Kodak's lawyers, um, what's the name of Kodak Black's lawyer? Cohen.
yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So Kodak Black's lawyer, what's his first name? I'm sorry.
Um,
Bradford Cohen.
yeah, Bradford.
Yeah. So Kodak's Black's Bradford Cohen has actually spoken out against President elect, well, president, not I shouldn't say president elect, presidential candidate Joe Biden, because he hasn't, he spoke out against him for not, being very vocal about prison reform. Meanwhile, his opponent Donald Trump, as you know, in the last couple of months has been releasing a lot of people from prison, a lot of them being African Americans. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, not to get too political, but whoever gets elected, we need prison reform as black people. So, that's my 2 cents on the subject. You have anything else?
No.
Okay, so we had to get the rough news out the way, the not so great news out the way, and move on to the next topic. So let's get it.
Hi everyone. So this next article I'm going to talk about is NLE Choppa, where he makes his announcement related to his first album since his spiritual awakening. His new album will be released on approaching his 18th birthday, which will be November the 1st. And he's expressing his departure from promoting violence and putting it into a more positive message. So he also expressed over time, he made a documentary related to his spirituality growth, that the negativity, the stress, and the music and the fame, it caused him to go off and derail into a dark path, but he ended up gaining knowledge and ended up growing into meditation to help him. And he also wanted to promote that to help others, to help them grow in their spirituality, and grow in other areas in life too.
Yeah, so I first heard about NLE Choppa last year, back in 2019, when he came up with that song Charter Flow. I believe that's the name of it. Charter Flow. Yeah, so when I first heard him, I actually kind of liked him. I thought he was. Now that music he was making back in 2019 was more violent, promoting guns, drugs, all that type of stuff. But still, it was a catchy song. I could tell when he first came out. I could tell, like, all right, this young dude, he got something going. Like, he's talented. I'm not gonna lie. NLE Choppa's talented. And I don't have nothing against gangster rap or aggressive rap. I actually like aggressive rap. I listen to a lot of aggressive rap. I listen to Benny the Butcher. I listen to who else I listen to? I listen to Mo3. If you're from Texas, you might know who Mo3 is. I listen to a lot of rappers who make gangster rap, aggressive rap. I don't have nothing against that. It's part of rap. You know what I'm saying? Ever since rap groups, we spoke about this last week with NWA. Being the pioneers of gangster rap, Tupac. Ever since those artists came out, since going back late 80s, early 90s, gangster rap has been a part of the rap culture. But everyone who's a real hip hop head knows that originally rap was conscious rap. Rappers rap groups like, I think off the top of my head, Public Enemy, who else? They were conscious rappers.
I thought they were.
Ain't they the ones that made OPP? Yeah, you know me. I can't think of all the conscious rappers off the top of my head, but that's kind of how, that's the hip hop that's the roots of hip hop. Going back to the East Coast. But then when hip hop kind of migrated to the West Coast, then that's when they got gangster. That's when it got real aggressive. That's when they got, shoot you in the face. You got to, guns and drugs and all that wild stuff started getting integrated into hip hop because the West Coast during that time had a gangster culture. So that naturally the music, adapted to what was going on in the West Coast. And since then, we still have conscious rappers. Everybody remembers Kendrick Lamar's "To Pimp a Butterfly" album. So we still have conscious rappers in 2020. We still have gangster rappers in 2020, or I guess they call it trap music these days. I guess you could call it gangster rap. It's not the same as it was back in the day, but for all intents and purposes, we'll call it gangster rap. And I ain't got nothing against it. I like all forms of rap. I'm just a rap head. But that aside, I do like to see, a young dude like NLE Chopper stating that he's getting away from all the violence and all the gunplay, all that type of stuff in his music, and he's gonna switch to something else. Cause these days, it seems like it's oversaturated with the drugs, the violence, the sex, all that stuff is in rap, and nowadays the conscious rap got pushed to the back burner. Back in the day, back in the 80s and 90s, it was cool because you had the gangster rap, you had the NWA, you had the Bone Thugs and Harmony, you had the gangster shit, but you still had the conscious shit too. You know what I'm saying? So you had, you know what I'm saying? People who weren't really with that gangster stuff could still listen to conscious rap. People who weren't really with the conscious rap can still jam some gangster rap. You know what I'm saying? So it was balanced. These days, it's all about drugs. It's all about, you know what I'm saying? It's all about sex. It's all about guns. It's, you know what I'm saying? The conscious rap is like, it's damn near non-existent these days. So it's great to see like a young dude who just, basically came up in the rap game, going in that direction, because I feel like it's something that needs to be brought back. You know what I'm saying? We need more conscious rap these days. So hopefully this brings about a trend, and I think it's great because maybe, because it's NLE Chopper, maybe he's gonna make it cool. It's gonna become cool to be on the spiritual shit again. You know what I mean? I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's good. I think as far as any rapper that choose, to want to grow as far as their mindset, like their spiritual growth, in all other aspects of their life, that'll bring them more blessings to their life. So, and to be more successful in what they're trying to do, and set them apart from other entertainers.
Yeah, so I just feel like it's something that it's almost like conscious rap is a lost art these days. So it is interesting to see a young dude express that he's going that way. He's not the first new age rapper to go that way. By the way, if you remember Chance the Rapper, when he first came into the rap game, he was rapping about drugs and stuff, that sort of thing, and has since got more to a spiritual side as far as hip hop is concerned. There's a lot of, it's not like it's not there. It's more, a lot of the underground rappers are doing it, the conscious shit. Dizzy Wright, if you don't know who that is, he's a more underground rapper. Joey Badass, another pretty underground rapper. There's a lot of, so it's still there. It's just what I'm trying to say is the mainstream rap these days is missing the conscious shit. The conscious rap is still there. but it's more of the SoundCloud rappers. It's more of the YouTube rappers. It's not the people you don't hear on the radio are doing it, and we need it more on the radio. That's what I'm trying to say. What do you think?
Yeah, we do. Because the generations is doing different things now. So it's not like how we came born in, like in the late 80s and early 90s, how rap was compared to now. So,
Yeah, that's about it. So once again, we gotta talk about Cardi B and Offset. It's almost like this couple is in the news all the time. They starting to become the new Bobby and Whitney, bro. They just the couple that everyone talks about these days. So they back in the news again. So we did talk about them last time, as far as Offset being invited to Cardi B's birthday party. They were seen making out. They were seen. She was giving them a lap dance. She was twerking on them. All that. Since then, there's been a lot of drama going on between that little celebrity circle. For those of you who don't know, Megan Thee Stallion almost got in a fight with Cardi B at her birthday party. So I mean, who knows what that's about? Some people, it's a split. Some people are saying that Cardi B and Megan almost got into a fight because Cardi B invited Kylie. And we all know what's going on as far as Megan and Tory Lanez and Kylie situation. So she invited Kylie to the birthday party, and also some people are saying it's the reason why they almost got into a fight is because Cardi B had invited Offset, and since Offset was vehemently against the WAP video, which Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion did together, I guess Megan assumed that Cardi was done with him altogether, and here she goes back to him. So, aside from all that drama, a lot of Cardi B fans are now coming out and saying that Offset's abusive. For some reason, they're calling Offset an abusive motherfucker because he manipulated her to get back with him. And that's almost the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my life. How is he?
but Cardi is vouching for him, and she claimed that, "I'm sorry, y'all, but I never smacked a nigga."
That's a quote from Cardi.
Yeah. She's saying that she's a bitch. She's crazy.
Yeah.
She's known for that. She was saying like, I want to be with a nigga one day, and the next minute I don't.
Yeah, so she basically admitted on her Twitter page that Offset's not the abusive one in the relationship. She's the crazy one. She called herself a crazy bitch. Like she said,
she's the one that does the hitting and the smacking.
yeah, she admitted that she has a bad temper. She's the one who talks the most shit in the relationship. She be hitting on him, all that stuff. Because one of her fans had tweeted that Offset is abusive and he manipulated her to get back with her. And then Cardi B responded to that tweet like, "Girl, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm the one who's the crazy one in the relationship. I'm the one who talks the most shit. I'm the one who be put my hands on him." So from her own admission, really Cardi B is the abusive one in the goddamn relationship. And she actually deleted the tweet that responded to the other tweet. She deleted that tweet because basically, obviously she's admitting to putting her hands on Offset, so she basically just admitted to domestic violence. So she up and deleted the tweet. But I'm just trying to figure out why every time a relationship don't go, why every time basically when a relationship is dysfunctional, it always looks like motherfuckers go to the dude as if like he's the abusive one or he's the one who's fucked up in a relationship. Like I don't get that. Can you explain that to me? What do you think?
Because majority of the time they see, depending on the dude, most likely they're the more aggressive one. They're more dominant. So.
Majority of the time. What do you mean majority of the time?
I mean, I don't know how to explain it. It's a masculine and feminine thing.
Sure. Cardi B more masculine than Offset. Offset really the wife in the situation. Offset the housewife, bro. you ain't seen that video he did.
Okay, when he expressed where he missed her and whatnot.
Yeah, that was back when he first got caught cheating or whatnot, and she, I guess they took a break or she left him or whatever. That was the first time they got split up. And he was on Facebook. Everybody remembers he was bawling his eyes out like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm making a mistake, Cardi. I just missed my Dominican queen." Hey, bro. Like, dude. Like, where's your nuts, man? Like, is it just me? What? I'm just saying, bro. Offset is Cardi B seems like to have the nuts in the relationship. That's all I'm saying. She seems to be swinging the stick, if you know what I mean, in the relationship, bro. So all I'm saying is I don't know how Cardi B's fans can ever say that Offset's the abusive one. You look. Where do we know Cardi B from? Before she became a rapper, before all that, where do we know her from?
Where do we know? New York.
Yes.
Show.
Love and Hip Hop New York. Mm-hmm. That's where we know her from. Well, the same chick who was on that reality show, fighting bitches, pulling bitches' hair, cussing them out. You know what I'm saying? That's that chick. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we, you know what I'm saying? We talking about, y'all talking about the same chick, bro. Like, you know, Offset, you know, has Offset ever struck you? We all know Offset from the Migos, but in his entire career in hip hop, or his entire career as a celebrity, has Offset ever struck you as an abusive motherfucker or just an aggressive motherfucker? Like, no, like he's always seemed like a chill, laid back dude.
I mean, looks can be deceiving. You don't know people behind closed doors.
Man, look, that video where he was crying, man, like that man, look.
So, but that's all on that topic, though.
Yeah, that's basically all we gotta say on that, bro. Y'all people on social media, just jumping to conclusions. Don't think just because it's the dude. Don't always think it's the dude who's abusive in a relationship. Okay, like no. All right, y'all. So that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed.
Yes.
That's all we had to talk about. Hopefully, some more stuff comes up next week that we can speak on. I know this video was probably a lot shorter than the last video. That's just because the last video we had a lot to say. So, I think the last video was like almost an hour, but you know, this one is pretty short. But you know, substance over time. I guess I could have said that. I could have said a better quote, but that's what we're gonna go with.
But
yeah.
We hope you guys enjoyed and continue to be on the lookout for more podcasts, more vlogs, you know, more adventures that we're planning on doing in these upcoming last few months we have left for 2020. Because I know everyone's ready for 2021. New blessings, new beginnings. I know I am.
Yeah, well, you know, we're only kind of robbed our 2020. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna go ahead and put a mask on 2020, man. and see you. Hopefully, 2021 is that year. I thought this was gonna be that year, but didn't think a global pandemic would fuck my year up. Wasn't counting on that. But you know, it happens.
Thank you guys, and please, please, please like, subscribe, share, and please follow our pages on Facebook and Instagram at Breezy and Shay.
Yep. And